Also, unrelated, I'm actually really enjoying doing this with my notes, like, organized by topic.
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm spending...
I was going to say, yeah, this seems to be a lot easier.
Yeah, I'm spending a lot less time just, like, sorting through my unfiltered, like... Because, like, my raw notes, they do have, like, some stuff that I actually just straight up copy-paste into my final notes. But they've also got stuff like... now I'm just imagining DJ Pwn 3 as Phil from Hercules. This is like after Arbu when Homage is like, oh, we've lost Pip. All of them heroes and none of them could go the distance.
Kid, you're my one last hope, and you'll have to do.
It's
Oh,
or
God,
like
that's
the
great.
idea of Pip being a flat earther.
Oh, God, yeah. That part. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, the
what
flat Earth. Okay, I remember that now. Yeah.
Ah, where was it?
It's
So-
early on in Canterlot.
It is very early on in Canterlot. So here's a really fun thing that I found later, and that actually makes Equestria make a little bit more sense cosmologically speaking. So there's I'm assuming you guys kind of know basically what a Dyson sphere is.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a variation on that called an Alderson disk, and basically what would actually make the most sense is that if Equestria is actually a fragment of an Alderson disk, because basically that's a really flat plane that's built. You basically have like 1,000-mile-high walls to keep the atmosphere in, and then basically you put the entire thing around in the habitable zone, basically of a star. And yeah, exactly. And the way that you make the basically what you do is the way you make it work is so that you have a day-night cycle is that you basically find a way to move the sun up and down. But if this thing is just a fragment of an Alderson disk and basically something damaged it so that this piece was left over, so it actually makes more sense as Equestria being a flat plane actually. So that you have this disk, this massive chunk of disk, basically that is there. So the basically the ancient alicorns, as it were the ones that can raise the sun up and down, and that basically some of the debris from the rest of the disk aggregated together to create the moon. That also you could raise up and down.
This is actually really fat. An Alderson disk is a
wild.
giant platter, like a compact disk, with a thickness of several thousand kilometers. So
Yep.
that would have a vertical gravitational pull on both sides and an outer radius roughly equivalent to the orbit of Mars or Jupiter. The sun is The sun is located in the hole
wow.
at the center of the disk. The disk's mass would be enormous and would probably require the destruction of all the planets in the solar system to acquire enough construction material to create the disk.
I misunderstood the scale of this thing wildly.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But if you think of Equestria as like this, this thing is massive, but like if you think of it as a fragmentation of that, suddenly the Crystal Empire makes a lot more sense. And when you start getting further out, the areas that you get some really interesting evolutionary life forms that show up in the areas that get way closer to the Alderson disk, like the south, like where it gets super deserty in Equestria, and then to the north where it gets super frozen, like the Crystal Empire.
I'm just kind of amused by the idea of like gravity misalignments where it's just like you go too far and you have to start standing diagonally. I'm not quite sure how this is supposed to work.
But I don't know. That was the thing that would have made that actually, like, if somebody brought it up at one point. I know that actually in Equestria as a fragment of something does, I think, plays a role in the Estreo series, because the idea is that Equestria, instead of being a planet, is actually a fragment of a Dyson ring, but the Alderson disk actually makes a lot more sense.
Heartshine, how far have you read into the Estreo series?
I got through like book 2, and then I went, "This is God, Skirts. Why do you write so much?" Also, Jesus Christ, Skirts, you're so fucking purple.
Yeah, fucking really.
Oh god, okay, so I won't bother reading it then.
Yeah, it's if you think Fallout Equestria and Project Horizons are long, you clearly have not read the Ostreo series.
Yeah, I am aware of the fact that it has like 6 or 7 or more volumes.
I think there's 9
Yeah,
volumes
and,
now.
and they're all really long.
Yeah. But actually,
They also have really weird names like
Yeah,
Well,
it's like the title and the description make me want to read it, but then the word count makes me not.
yeah. But Heartshine, since I know that you've read Ostreo, I know I want to have you back on so that way we can discuss that book series.
Oh god, I'd have to reread
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Reread this and take notes. Heartshine, when do you actually get time to write? I don't. I just don't sleep ever.
Yeah.
Because I need to finish Speak, and I have this
Right.
horrible idea about Babylon 5. But